નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી. Welcome students to second part of revision. Second part that will be revision of chapter 5, separation of substances. And from the last part we are discussing textual exercise. And the next question is, how will you separate husk or dust particles from a given sample of pulses before cooking? How will you separate husk or dust particles from a given sample of pulses before cooking? Before starting this discussion of this question or answer, let me ask you one thing, that have you ever been with your mummy while she is cooking in the kitchen? If she want to prepare rice or dal, pulses, something, then what she do on the first step? What she does on the first step? Have you ever watched there? Have you ever been with your mummy? And if not yet, then be with your mummy and ask her that allow me to prepare this, just to instruct me. What you will do that what we are going to discuss now. So let's discuss this answer and you will come to know what your mummy is doing in the kitchen. See, the answer is what? Husk or dust particles from pulses are separated by washing the pulses. Husk or dirt particles from pulses are separated by washing the pulses. Just to wash it with clean water. Secondly, husk and dust particles being lighter. Husk and dirt particles being lighter float on the water. Now, if the water is drained, there these impurities also get drained with it. If the water is drained, as the dirt and husk particles are floating, if we drain the water, these impurities also get drained with it. Generally, pulses are washed 3 to 4 times to remove husk. Generally, pulses are washed 3 to 4 times to remove husk and dirt particles. Pulses cleaned by this method can be used for cooking. Okay. Now let's discuss the next question. What is sieving? Where is it used? So first of all, let's think about the sieving. Actually, when sieving is used, sieving is used when components of a mixture have different sizes. This is also very important. This is a blank or a MCQ for you. When sieving is used when components of a mixture have different sizes. Okay. So now let's discuss this question. What is sieving? Where it is used? See, where it is used. We discussed when it is used. Where the components the particles are of different sizes. At that time, sieving is used. Now, what is sieving? Sieving, when components of a mixture have different sizes, the small holes in the sieve allow the fine particles to pass through, and the larger ones remain above the sieve. So when two different type of particles are there, then what will we do? The small holes in the sieve allow fine particles to pass through, and the larger remains above this sieve. This method is called sieving. Now uses in flour mills, impurities like husk and stones are removed from wheat. In flour mills, impurities like husk and stones are removed from wheat before grinding it. Wheat is sifted through a sieve to remove pieces of stone and husk that may remain after threshing and winnowing. So in the flour mills, this method is used. Now the other method where it can be used is sieve. Sieving is used at construction sites also. Where if you have ever visited the construction site, there is also you will find a big size of sieve. That is why you have to answer. You have to write second use is sieving is used at construction sites to separate pebbles and stones from sand. To separate pebbles and stones from the sand. So these are the uses of sieving, or where it is used. This method is used. Now let's discuss the next question. How will you separate sand and water from their mixture? How will you separate sand and water from their mixture? So let's discuss it. So our next question is, how will you separate sand and water from their mixture? Before starting the answer of this question, let me tell you, okay, there might be something else in your fair book. That is means in the last time what I sent you to write might be something different compared to this what we are discussing by this time. But see, the matter is same. The words are different, and that is why that is also I am discussing this in some another way, so that you can come to know this way also we can answer. Okay, let's answer this question. How will you separate sand and water from the mixture? Now we know that sand is a solid and water is a liquid. This is common thing. But separation of sand and water from their mixture is done by process of sedimentation and decantation. Separation of water and sand can be done by two processes. First one is sedimentation, second one is decantation. For that, we should know what is sedimentation and what is decantation naturally. Okay, see. First of all, in sedimentation, what to do? Allow mixture to stand in a glass for some time till the sand settles down at the bottom. This process is called sedimentation. What to do in sedimentation? See, suppose this is a glass. Okay, this is a glass. And this is a water. Then allow the mixture to stand in a glass for some time, so that what will happen? Sand settles down at the bottom. What happens? Sand settles down at the bottom. This process is called sedimentation. This process is called sedimentation. Remember well. Now, the next, when this sand settles down at the bottom, then after, second one, slightly tilt the glass without disturbing the water and gently pour this water in another glass. Then what you will have to do? You have to slightly tilt the glass without disturbing the sand available at the bottom and gently pour this water into the another container or another glass. This process is called decantation. Okay, so removing the upper layer, that is a water, and for that what to do? Slightly tilt the glass without disturbing the sand available at the bottom. Gently pour the water into another glass, and this process is called decantation. Okay, now water and sand are separated now. So this is the one of the way through which we can separate water and sand. Okay, another way is also there. Another method is to separate the water and the sand can be separated from water by filtration. So with the process of filtration also we can separate them. For that you will do one thing. You will write this answer to separate the water and sand with the help of filtration, with the help of the method of filtration, and you note down it with yourself in your book, so that you will be able to write this and your capacity will be increased. So by this time we are ending this part. We will go through some more questions of textual exercise in the next part. Thank you for joining us. Take care of yourselves and we'll meet you in the next session. Thank you.